Namaste. Welcome to this little video on the sacred practice of Japa meditation. Japa meditation involves the soft recitation of mantras or divine spiritual sound vibrations, usually done on a Japa mala or a set of meditation beads. This is a practice that is strongly embedded within the yoga tradition, but also many other spiritual traditions around the world. You'll find that people have these sacred meditation beads, these prayer beads. And this practice is a really wonderful way to start your day or to end your day. It's a wonderful way to really start to bring the mind under a little bit more control, to understand our minds a little bit more, to find peace, to de-stress, and ultimately, as a yoga practice, as part of our yoga practice, this Japa meditation can assist us in this process of yoga, which really means to connect, and ultimately connecting us as a beautiful, eternal spirit soul to all other living entities, to the world around us, and ultimately to the Supreme Divine, the source of everything. It is said that the Supreme, or the universe, or God, however you'd like to phrase it, is embedded within these divine names, particularly some of the key mantras that you'll find chanted around the world, including the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which I personally like to chant every day. So yeah, it is said that essentially the divine has incarnated or appeared in these spiritual sound vibrations in this day and age. So we don't have to go outside ourselves to look for God or to look for truth. Actually, we can find the truth by looking within and connecting to these beautiful spiritual sounds. And I think that's why so many people love this practice of mantra meditation on beads, because it's really a chance to connect at the deepest level through that process of hearing as we chant, speaking, engaging our lips, and also using the sense of touch as we run our hands along the beads. So I thought I'd just give a quick demo of how I personally do this practice. And of course there are many different ways of doing Japa meditation, many different nuances, but I thought I'd just show you just about a minute or so of me chanting with these beads, so you can see what it might look like, and maybe you can visualize or contemplate what it might be like for yourself to try this practice if you haven't tried before. And if this is an existing practice for you, then you may want to reflect on the way that you chant and if it's different to me or similar. So I'll start at the top of my mala. This is the head bead here. And I'm going to start at my first bead. And I've got my thumb and my middle finger touching the bead. And as I move, as I chant one mantra, after that I'll move my fingers along to the next bead and the next bead and the next bead. So it sounds a little bit like this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'll do one more. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Some of you may be familiar with the mantra I was chanting. It's a Sanskrit mantra from the yoga tradition, particularly the Bhakti yoga tradition. Bhakti yoga is the yoga of love, devotion, and offering oneself, one's body, mind, and spirit in service to the world, to others, and ultimately to the divine, to God. So this mantra is a really key mantra in the Bhakti yoga tradition. And these three simple words, Hare, Krishna, and Rama, are different ways of describing the supreme absolute truth, the divine. Hara or Hare is a way of calling out to the feminine energy, the supreme feminine. Krishna is a beautiful word meaning the all-attractive personality. And Rama, another beautiful word meaning the reservoir or the source of spiritual pleasure. And so when we chant this mantra, it is said that we are calling out from our soul to the divine, asking to be reconnected, and just calling out with love. So that's the Bhakti meaning of this mantra as it is chanted in the context of a Japa meditation. There are many wonderful benefits of this practice, no matter what your background, your tradition, your beliefs even. You'll find that so many people around the world are taking up this practice of mantra meditation with beads. Some people like to chant loud, some people like to chant soft, fast or slow. There's not really any hard and fast rules for this actually. You can chant in the morning, you can chant in the evening, and individual practitioners will choose how long they would like to chant for. So the mala beads I've got here, this is a set of 108 beads. So there's 108 all the way around, not including this head bead. And if you were to chant one round of these, it might take you 10 minutes, it might take you longer. And it's up to the individual practitioner to choose if they incorporate this practice into their routine, how long they would like to chant for, or how many rounds they would like to use. Some people chant without beads. It's definitely not compulsory to have beads, so you can even just put a little timer on your phone and set a time that you would like to chant for and have the alarm go off at the end. So this is a Sanskrit mantra that I was chanting. Of course, different traditions will chant different mantras. I'm not here to prescribe any mantra to you today, but speaking from my personal experience, I use the Krishna mantra, and so that's the one that I would demo today, because it's my favorite mantra. I thought I'd give a couple of little, not tips, but little nuggets to consider when you are either taking up a meditation practice of any kind for the first time, or if you're specifically taking up this Japa meditation practice, or if you've taken it up recently. A few things from the Bhakti Yoga texts can really help us to keep our focus steady, and also to make sure we don't get too stressed out about the whole thing. Because meditation and spiritual practices of any kind, including yoga and mindfulness, walking, these are practices that are supposed to enhance our lives, right? Not stress us out more. So one of the most wonderful things about any kind of meditation practice, particularly a sound meditation practice where we're engaging our senses in an uplifting activity such as mantra chanting. In these kinds of practices, we are really invited to become really present, to become attuned to the present moment, to what's happening in the here and now, in our body, in our mind. How is my consciousness today? How is my chanting today? And in the here and now, can I focus on these divine sounds as they come out of my mouth, so we can really stay in that moment-to-moment focus. And it's such a beautiful way to just give ourselves a little bit of space. So often we are, well, I'll speak for myself, so often I find myself really consumed in thoughts from the past, memories, reflections, and also planning, forecasting, fearing things about the future. So stuck in the modes of past, maybe a little bit of what's said in the Bhagavad Gita is the mode of ignorance, where we're just replaying the same tapes over and over again, not getting anywhere. Or the mode of passion, known in Sanskrit as Rajaguna, where the mind is really on overdrive, planning this, planning that, how am I going to get this, how am I going to get that? And there's nothing wrong with either of those things. We need a little bit of everything in our life, but the invitation in the meditation practice, particularly in the Japa meditation practice, is to anchor into the present moment. And in the present, we can find what's called the mode of goodness, or sattva guna. And in the mode of goodness, we can see clearly, we can think clearly, we can use the higher parts of our brain. We can relax our nervous system at the same time, which is definitely needed these days, especially to really see things clearly and make good decisions. But yeah, this meditation is a really powerful way to anchor ourselves into the present moment. So that was one little thing. I also wanted to offer this idea, which Krishna speaks about in the Bhagavad Gita, of what is known in Sanskrit as practice, or abhyasa, spiritual practice, and vairagya, or detachment. So we have these two ideas of practice and detachment. And if it is said that if the yogi shows up, does their practice every day, whatever that is, or as often as you can do it, whether it's a meditation practice, yoga, chanting, spiritual service, volunteering, we show up, we do our practice, and then after we practice, we detach, we let go of the fruits of the actions. So you can say to yourself, I showed up on my mat today, I showed up on my chair, on my cushion, I did my best, and now I let go of the results, and tomorrow will be another day. So these beautiful ideas of practice and detachment, as well as staying anchored in the present, the mode of goodness. These are beautiful teachings that come from the sacred yoga texts from the Bhagavad Gita, and I have found that they have been very, very helpful for me in my meditation practice. So thank you for listening thus far. As I mentioned, this practice has so many wonderful benefits. You can find your stress levels are a little bit easy to manage. You can find that you get to know your mind a little bit better. You get to know yourself a little bit better. We can start to understand what kind of thoughts tend to come up again and again and again. And every time we notice them coming up, we can say, okay, here you are. Just that mindfulness practice of, okay, here's the thought again. I'm just going to get back to the mantra and chant and hear and absorb ourselves in these spiritual sounds. So those are some initial benefits of the practice. And then as we go deeper and deeper into our bhakti journey, into our devotional journey, our journey into divine love. And that journey may not be for everyone, but for those of you who choose to embark on it, as you chant more and more over the years, you'll find that you can actually taste, it is said, more and more sweetness from these divine names. That the rasa in Sanskrit, the spiritual flavor of these names will lure you in more and more, and you'll actually want to chant more. You may want to slowly and steadily increase the amount that you chant every day, or you may just be feeling more, having a deeper spiritual experience from your chanting. And eventually it is said on the highest platform that the spirit soul, that's you and me, connects with love to the divine in a state of full surrender, where they expect absolutely nothing in return. Where the spirit soul, or the jiva in Sanskrit, just chants out of love. They just do their work, their seva, out of love, with absolutely no expectation of anything, just for love in and of itself. So we have some wonderful things to look forward to in this practice. Thank you for listening, and please take up this practice. It's easy to do. You don't need any qualifications. You don't need to be a yogi or even a vegetarian or anything like that. This is for everyone. And I encourage you to try it with the Krishna mantra. It's easy. It's only 3 words, and they're really beautiful sounds. You can hear them, listen to them rolling off your tongue. But of course, if there's another mantra or other mantras that you like, please try it. Whatever works for you. Let me know if you have any questions, or you can get in touch with me privately. I would love to talk to you more about this practice. It's really changed my life so much. I don't think I could ever put into words how wonderful and transformative this practice has been for me. But I wake up every day and I look forward to it. It's the first thing I do. Just jump in the shower and then jump on my couch and start chanting. So thank you, everyone. Take care. Namaste and Hare Krishna.